So hello everyone, welcome to the channel. So in this video I'm gonna show you how to create a flow path in HEC RAS 2D for flood modeling. So now let's get started. So first let me explain about what is a flow path is. So a flow path is a line along which the main energy gradient and the water travels between the two cross section. So its path is used by the HEC RAS to compute the water surface elevation from one cross section to next. So in our previous video, we digitized and created the bank lines in the Bald Eagle Creek. And in this video, we're going to create a flow path. And each of these features has a certain functions in HEC RAS. So in our previous video, I have told you that the bank lines are used to distinguish between the main channel and the floodplain that is useful for assigning the Manning's n value. So the flow path which are also lines running parallel to the reverse center line, and these are used to calculate the distance along the channel between the cross sections, and there are three types of distance that are used in HEC RAS, and the first one is the distance along the channel. So the first one is the distance along the channel. So since we already have this reverse center line here, which is represented in this color blue, and the distance along this center line can be so the distance along the center line can be used to find out the distance between the cross section along the channel. And now there are two other distances that are used to calculate between the adjacent cross section. So the first one is the right over bank, and the second one is called as the left over bank. So the flow paths are basically used to find the distance between the adjacent cross sections along the main channel in the right over bank as well as the left over bank. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to create or digitize a line here. So starting with the upstream here. So these lines are so we're going to create a line which are called as a flow path along the floodplain. So when you digitize the flow path, you want to make sure that so your flow paths are digitized the distance that will cover enough floodplain that you want to include in your simulation. So this is our digital terrain model dataset. You can able see we have previously shown you. So to create a flow paths here, so first we're going to navigate to this option called reverse. I'm going to right click this and click the option called edit geometry, and once you did that, we have this set of options that appears here. So we have we already done the reverse center lines and bank lines, and followed by now we're going to digitize the flow paths. So to digitize the flow path, I'm going to right click on this and let me stop at this. So I'm going to right click on this and I'm going to click this option called edit geometry. And once you did that, the line appears here, the light blue color line which appears, which is going to be the flow path. So for example, let me zoom in here. So if you zoom in here, so you can able to see that this is our main channel. So the blue color line which indicates the main channel, let me show you here. So the blue one which indicates our main channel, and similarly you can also differentiate between the floodplain here. So these areas which indicates the floodplain areas, and this represents our main channel. So this river which represents our main channel, and these areas are floodplain areas, and also these areas are the floodplain areas. So you can able to see these are the floodplain areas. Similarly this one too, it is also a floodplain areas. So all these green areas which indicates the floodplain areas, and comparatively the elevation of this particular floodplain is higher compared to the main channel here, and also the elevation of this particular areas, that is in the red areas, so the terrain with the red color and gray color, which is a high elevation compared to the floodplain area which is in the green color. So similarly to other areas too. So this is our tributary. So this tributary has a floodplain here. So this area is the floodplain for this tributary. So this tributary, and also this is a floodplain area for this tributary. The green color, the light green and dark green colors, which are the tributary of this which are the floodplain of this tributary. And similarly this river has these all the areas of floodplain areas of this particular main channel. So basically you can use this the elevation difference or this color to differentiate between the main channel and the floodplain, so which can be used to create our flow paths. So again we have to follow a set of criteria in order to digitize the flow path, and we want to make sure that the flow path does not intersect with any of the lines we created earlier. So make sure that the flow path lines doesn't intersect with any of the previously created lines, for example the river center line and the bank lines. So when we want to make sure that both the reaches should have both left flow path as well as the right flow path, as well as for the tributary. So even the tributary we should create the left and right flow path. So it's this side's going to be our the right flow path, and this side is going to be our left flow path. So this is our lower reach, and so I have mistakenly placed in a point here. So I'm going to use my Control Z key in my keyboard to remove. So the upper reach of the Bald Eagle Creek should have both the left. So there is going to be both the left flow path lines as well as the right flow path lines for our upper reach of Bald Eagle Creek. So similarly, so it should have both the left flow paths as well as the right flow path lines. And similarly for tributaries, it's going to be similarly. So it's going to have both the right flow path lines in this way, as well as the left flow path lines in this way. And similarly for our lower reach of Bald Eagle Creek, so it's going to have both the left flow paths as well as the right flow path lines. And in this case, for example, both the upstream and the downstream has so that is the left flow path line for the both the upstream and the downstream of Bald Eagle Creek is common here. So we can just draw starting from we can draw the flow path line starting from here and up to the downstreams of Bald Eagle Creek. So we can draw the flow path line left flow path line till this. So therefore the left flow path line is common for both the upstream and downstream. So we can just create a one flow path line. So as long as it is named as a left flow path line, and it is a left flow path line for both the upstream as well as for the downstream. But in the case of tributary here, so you can able see one of the tributary. So the right flow path of the flow path of the upper reach cannot be the right flow path for the tributaries. So here we have to create both the we should create a separate flow path for the tributaries, both the left and right side. So that is both the right flow path as well as the left flow path of for the tributaries. So we have to create a separate flow path for tributaries as well as this for the upper reach. So now let's start creating our flow paths here. So we're going to navigate to my up reach here, the upper reach. So once you navigate it here, make sure that you right click and click this option called edit geometry. So I've currently turned on it, so it is it's ready to create a flow path. And make sure that you turn this option called add a new feature, so the color appears here, so it is turned on. So now we're going to create the flow path for upper reach of the Bald Eagle Creek. So we're going to start creating the flow path. So we're going to start drawing here. I'm going to place a point along. So we're going to place the points here. So make sure that in place of this lines are pretty closer, you have to zoom in and start placing your start creating your flow paths. So I'm digitizing this flow path. Make sure that it covers both the floodplain areas as well as the river center line. So basically I'm covering entire floodplain here. So I'm gonna use the scroll button here to pan around. So I'm gonna draw my left flow path lines till here. So now we are currently at the lower reach of Bald Eagle Creek. So to complete our flow path, the flow path lines, I'm gonna double click here. So once you completed your left flow path lines, make sure that you save it. We're gonna navigate to the flow paths here, and I'm gonna right click here and click this option called stop editing, and make sure that you save your edits. I'm gonna click save S. So once you created a left flow path paths, next we're gonna create the the right flow path. So we're gonna navigate back to the upper reach of Bald Eagle Creek. So now here I'm gonna start digitizing the right flow path in upper reach here, in the upper reach of Bald Eagle Creek. So again I'm gonna navigate to this option called flow paths. So I'm gonna right click and click this option called edit geometry, and make sure that you select this particular tool called add a new feature. So after that, let's start digitizing the flow path in the right side, the right flow path of the upper reach. So we're gonna start digitizing from here. And in case if you want to remove this particular point, we have to use a control Z. So let me place this point here. So now I'm going to use the scroll button to pan around. So I'm going to place my flow paths along here. So which covers both the floodplain as well as the river center line. So I'm going to remove this particular point. So it is pretty closer to this lines here. So I'm going to place the points along this side. So we're going to keep on digitizing till here. So here I'm going to stop my the right side flow path for our upper reach. So we're going to double click here. And this highlighted one is our the right side flow path of upper reach. Next we're going to digitize the right side flow path for our lower reach here. So next we're going to digitize the right side flow path for our lower reach. So to save this, we're going to navigate to the flow paths. I'm going to right click and click this option called stop editing. So make sure that you click say yes to save the edits. And next we're gonna digitize the right side flow path for the lower reach. So we're gonna navigate to this option called flow path. I'm gonna right click this option called edit geometry. So we're gonna place my point somewhere. So starting from here, I'm gonna place my the flow path, the right side flow path for the lower reach. So I'm gonna finish the right side, the flow path for our lower reach using double click. So once you digitize the right side flow path for the lower reach, the next step we're gonna digitize for the right side flow path for the tributary, as well as the left side flow path for the tributary. So let's do that. So I'm gonna first navigate to this option. So I'm gonna start drawing the flow path for the right side of this tributary. So I'm gonna place my point here. So I'm gonna start digitize, covering the river center line as well as the floodplain of this area, floodplain of this tributary. So I'm gonna remove this particular point using Ctrl Z. So I'm gonna remove this point using Ctrl Z. And now I'm gonna click, double click to complete the right side flow path of the tributary using double click. So in the next step, similarly, I'm gonna draw the left side flow path for this tributary. So first, let me save this. I'm gonna right click this option called stop editing, and I'm gonna click save. And to similarly to digitize the left side flow path of this tributary, I'm gonna follow the similar step. Right click on this flow path and click this option called edit geometry. So we're gonna start drawing from here, covering the river center lines as well as the floodplain. So I'm gonna finish here. We're gonna double click. So now we have managed to draw over. So we have managed to create the flow paths for both the upstream as well as the downstream reaches, as well as the tributary. So let me save this. I'm gonna right click. I'm gonna navigate to the flow paths, and I'm gonna right click and click this option called stop editing. And I'm gonna click S to save our edits. So now I can able to see we have created the flow path for our upstream reach as well as the downstream, as well as for the tributaries for the Bald Eagle Creek. And make sure that you save this. I'm gonna navigate to the file and click this option called save. So in this video I have shown you how to create a flow path using HEC RAS 2D for our flood modeling. So thanks for watching, and make sure that you subscribe to our channel and give us a like.